Greetings everyone! I'm thrilled to be here with all of you today, discussing one of the most important topics in personal development, self-confidence and self-esteem. As the great Maya Angelou once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how to make them feel." This quote truly resonates with me because it speaks to the power of self-confidence and self-esteem. When we feel good about ourselves, it radiates outwards and impacts how we interact with the world around us. So, what exactly do we mean by self-confidence and self-esteem? Simply put, self-confidence is our belief in our abilities and strengths, while self-esteem is their overall sense of worth and value as a person. These two concepts are intricately intertwined, and when they're strong, they can help us achieve our goals and dreams, build healthy relationships, and navigate life's challenges with resilience. Now, you may be wondering why self-confidence and self-esteem are so important. The truth is, they play a pivotal role in our mental and emotional well-being, as well as our ability to succeed in life. Low self-confidence and self-esteem can lead to negative self-talk, self-doubt, and even depression and anxiety. On the other hand, when we have a healthy sense of self, we're more likely to take risks, pursue our passions, and form meaningful connections with others. So, today, I'm excited to share with you practical tips and strategies for developing self-confidence and self-esteem, and how you can start building these crucial aspects of yourself. You can expect to leave the speech feeling motivated and empowered to take charge of your life and your sense of self. So, let's get started on this journey of self-discovery together. To better understand these concepts, let's start by defining them. Self-confidence refers to our belief in our abilities, while self-esteem is their overall sense of worth and value as a person. Although they may sound similar, it's important to differentiate between the two. Healthy self-confidence and self-esteem involve having a positive and realistic view of ourselves, while unhealthy self-confidence and self-esteem may involve an inflated sense of self or a negative self-view. It's important to strive for healthy levels of both, as this will lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Now, what happens when we struggle with low self-confidence and self-esteem? The impact can be significant. Low self-confidence and self-esteem can lead to negative self-talk, self-doubt, and even social isolation. It can prevent us from taking risks and pursuing our goals and can make us feel stuck in a cycle of negativity. However, the good news is that it's possible to develop and improve our self-confidence and self-esteem. It takes time and effort, but it's worth it. By recognizing our strengths and achievements, setting realistic goals, and surrounding ourselves with positive support, we can begin to cultivate healthy levels of self-confidence and self-esteem. Remember, self-confidence and self-esteem are not fixed traits that we're born with, they can be developed and improved. So let's start by recognizing our worth and our potential, and take the first steps towards a more confident and fulfilling life. Now that we understand the importance of self-confidence and self-esteem, let's discuss some practical tips and strategies for developing them. Firstly, positive self-talk is a powerful tool for building self-confidence and self-esteem. By replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations and focusing on our strengths and accomplishments, we can rewire our brains to see ourselves in a more positive light. Visualization is another helpful technique. By picturing ourselves achieving our goals and visualizing success, we can boost our self-confidence and self-esteem. Setting realistic goals and working towards them can also help us feel a sense of accomplishment and build confidence in our abilities. But it's not just about mental techniques. It's important to take action and step out of our comfort zones to build self-confidence and self-esteem. By facing our fears and trying new things, we can expand our abilities and show ourselves that we're capable of more than we thought. Now, I want to share some examples of individuals who have successfully developed their self-confidence and self-esteem. Take J.K. Rowling, for example. Before she became a best-selling author, she faced rejection after rejection. But she didn't let that stop her. She continued to believe in her ability to write and eventually became one of the most successful authors in the world. Or look at Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He didn't become great overnight. He spent countless hours practicing and pushing himself out of his comfort zone. But through hard work and dedication, he built the confidence and skill to become a legend. These individuals didn't just wake up with high levels of self-confidence and self-esteem. They worked hard, faced their fears, and believed in themselves. And we can do the same. By practicing these techniques and taking action towards our goals, we can develop and improve our self-confidence and self-esteem, and become the best version of ourselves. Now let's talk about overcoming self-doubt and criticism, which can be major barriers to developing self-confidence and self-esteem. There are many reasons why people struggle with self-doubt and criticism. Perhaps they've faced criticism or rejection in the past, or maybe they're comparing themselves to others and feeling inadequate. Whatever the reason, it's important to recognize that these feelings are normal, but they don't have to control our lives. One strategy for overcoming self-doubt and criticism is to reframe negative self-talk. Instead of focusing on our flaws and mistakes, we can try to see ourselves in a more positive light. We can also seek support from others, whether that's through talking to a trusted friend or seeking out a professional therapist. Practicing self-compassion is also important. It's easy to be hard on ourselves and focus on our shortcomings, but by showing ourselves kindness and understanding, we can build resilience and self-confidence. Finally, it's important to remember that our mistakes and failures don't define us. We can learn from them and use them as opportunities for growth. By focusing on our progress and successes, no matter how small, we can build momentum and move towards a more positive and confident mindset. In conclusion, overcoming self-doubt and criticism is a process, but it's one that's worth the effort. By using these tips and strategies, we can reframe our mindset and build the self-confidence and self-esteem needed to reach our full potential. Let's continue to strive for growth and self-improvement, and remember to be kind to ourselves along the way. To wrap up, we've covered a lot of ground today in our discussion of self-confidence and self-esteem. We started by exploring what these concepts mean and why they're important, and we talked about practical tips and strategies for developing them. We also discussed how to overcome self-doubt and criticism, which can be major barriers to building self-confidence and self-esteem. It's important to remember that developing self-confidence and self-esteem is a process, and it takes time and effort. But it's worth it. When we feel good about ourselves and our abilities, we're more likely to take risks, pursue our goals, and lead fulfilling lives. So I encourage each and every one of you to continue on this journey of self-improvement. Remember to be patient and kind to yourself, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Take one small step today towards building your self-confidence and self-esteem. Whether that's trying something new, practicing positive self-talk, or seeking out support. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Let's tap into our inner strength and potential, and continue to grow and develop our self-confidence and self-esteem.